HarperCollins presents Final Destination, Riding Britain's Trains to the End of the Line by Nige Tassell. Read by Nige Tassell. Introduction. Departures. Perhaps you meant to be here, or perhaps your just woken up presence was unplanned. But here you are, at the end of the line, the point at which your train can travel no further, a dead end. A cul-de-sac. You could choose to stay on board and head off in the opposite direction back up the line, or you could hang around a while, have a poke around to see what's here, have a good snoop. I'm going to do just that. In fact, I'm going to have a good snoop in 16 different places, 16 dead ends, seeking out the histories and heritage of each place, uncovering their purpose and their people. Who lives there? Who travels there? Where did they come from? And will they ever leave? In order to get to the end of the line, of course, you've got to travel along it. So I'll also be undertaking 16 different train journeys, wildly different ones, from full-day affairs that traverse human-free wildernesses to comparatively short and speedy hops across and under metropolitan areas. Each time, though, I'll be staying on board until the buffers, until there's nowhere else to go, the last man sitting. The intention is to zigzag my way down the British Isles, north to south, going with gravity. Spoiler alert, I don't start in John O'Groats or finish in Land's End. Neither of them is served by trains after all. But I do visit the stations closest to them, and more than a dozen fascinating destinations in between, both coastal and inland. I'm off to hear their secrets, to experience their essence, to loiter with the locals. In doing so, I'll also effectively be taking the temperature of Britain, of a country that's experienced a tumultuous few years, on the mend from a pandemic, but still ailing from the effects of Brexit. I'm keen to see what has changed and what's stayed the same, and to measure how a town survives if its glory days are over, how it reinvents itself, how it develops a new character. And what does all this reinvention mean for the notion of national identity? What does Wick have in common with Morecambe, or South Shields with Chesham, or Ebervale with Penzance? Such a quest needn't be a solo expedition, though. This double seat has plenty of room, and I've bagged us a table. And I've packed more than enough sandwiches for two. So come join the trip, why don't you? But hurry, I can hear that whistle blowing. Chapter 1. Return ticket to Timbuktu. Inverness to Wick. It's February half-term, and on the concourse of Inverness railway station, the talk between the teens of the Highlands' only city is all about next year's academic options. You can't do woodwork as a hire, just metalwork. Fuck off. I'm not shitting you, it's true. Ask Aaron. Fuck off. A beat. I need woodwork for my apprenticeship. That's that fuck then. The rest of those here on the concourse, the 24 of us waiting for the 2 p.m. service to Wick, aren't experiencing such potty-mouthed existential anger. At least we aren't now. It was a different matter an hour ago. The Far North Line, the curling, snaking track that this afternoon will take us up into the wilds of Sutherland and Caithness, finally depositing its remaining human cargo at Wick nearly 4.5 hours after we set off, has been shut for several days. Halfway up the line, between Brora and Hemsdale, the coast has taken a battering from a tag team of spring tides and fearsome storms, resulting in a landslip at the point at which track meets tide line. Over the intervening days and nights, 350 tons of rock and stones have been deposited there, shoring up the seawall. The line only reopened less than an hour ago, having passed the forensic scrutiny of Network Rail. Our train will be the first northbound service over the repaired track. Wish us luck. At the stroke of 2, our train, normally one of 4 daily services, with just a single one on Sundays, rumbles into action, inching out of the station and arcing around the back of town. We're leaving the angsty teens of Inverness behind. Ahead of us aren't difficult decisions about our future education. Ahead of us is an afternoon of adventure as we push north. Ahead of us, at the far end of the Far North Line, Scotland's Timbuktu is waiting. Once the service has carefully negotiated the swing bridge across the Caledonian Canal, it's full diesel ahead.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?